A battle droid army has just landed aboard a clone Venator ship. The army is led by General Grievous, as well as Count Dooku, and it is thousands of droids in size because Master Yoda is on this Venator, and it is being defended by the 41st Elite Corps. Hundreds of clones are defending against thousands of droids aboard this Venator. Let's find out if they can hold these sacred hallways. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and press start here. This is a new Venator map that I've never played before on the channel, so I thought we'd christen it with some absolutely insane numbers here. We've got the droids attacking the 41st Elite Corps down this hallway over here, but this is not the only hallway they'll be launching assaults on. And yes, it is laggy at the start because, again, we do have thousands of droids on the battlefield and hundreds of clone troopers on the battlefield right now. As more of them die, and they should die pretty darn fast on this battlefield considering it is a bunch of choke point death tunnels all in a row, then the lag should start to subside. So, there is this middle hallway here, which is very wide open, probably not going to be the strongest of the clone defenses, and we do have General Grievous bum rushing in there right now, distracting some of the clones and deflecting their laser fire while the rest of the droids push inward through that hallway there. We do have the side hallway off to the right over this way that we just saw earlier. There's Count Dooku right there. Looks like a ton of his droids are already dead. And then there's this far left hallway over this way. These little side hallways, I think, are going to be where the clones manage to thrive, and that is exactly what's happening right now. It's much closer quarters, tighter quarters too. These hallways make for perfect choke points, and hundreds of droids will definitely be dying in them while the clones flourish in their halls. And again, the middle here is getting heavily assaulted so quickly. They are pretty much through to this second side tunnel over here and over here already, and the battle has just begun. You can see General Grievous right over there, and we have grenades going out against these clones, so they are going to be blown up sky high. A very good way of disassembling these choke point defenses, not to mention hero units like General Grievous and Count Dooku are some of the most powerful ways to blow through static defenses like this, and you can see them meeting up with the droids on the other end. Now, this is just this half of the Venator. There's also the storage half of the Venator where the LAAT fleet is currently stationed, and stationed with them is hundreds more clone troopers. Now again, this is a much wider defense out this way, so I think less droids will die. However, that being said, they are still taking some substantial losses around these corners and things like that. Some nice clone grenades going out there. Not sure if that will really do any damage against these droids. Maybe, we'll see. Oh, there is a droid actually right there, so that did get 2 kills. Not too shabby. That's not the best grenade, not the worst grenade either. Either way, if these clones can rack up some serious kills here, then Yoda, who is stationed at the very front of the ship at the medic bay, will have an easier time going forward where the final stand will be happening. Now, on the opposite end of the battlefield is the bridge over here, where we also have a very tightly packed room filled to the brim with clone troopers who are hoping to make a difference at the tail end of this battle as General Grievous comes through that way. Hopefully lots of droids will be dying in that little hallway area there, but we do still have some more hallways to take out droids before we reach that back point over that way. Right now, the droids are taking significant losses out here. They are dying in droves as they get into a bit more of a grindier battle stance. They started by just blitzkrieging forward, and now things are settling down. They're getting countered a little bit better by the clone troopers, so they need to start doing some more longer distance combat between the two rather than close running gun style combat we were seeing earlier. Grievous now ducking into this other side hallway, which managed to survive a lot better than the one opposite it back there, where you can see there's just droids flooding all over the place right now. And these clone troopers are doing a pretty decent job. They're probably getting a lot of damage on Grievous. The best way to kill any type of lightsaber unit in Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, is to use grenades. They're not really doing that right now, but if they start to use grenades, I think he will die rather rapidly. But at the very least, they're holding out over there, and then back this way, we have more backup fire from these clones around the corner here, which is keeping the droids from really funneling through and flanking those clone troopers. On the far left side, we do have another hallway back this way where a lot of these guys did end up perishing. They got a decent number of kills before they died out, but then further back we'll have another corner which hopefully will manage to get a ton more kills. This is definitely one of those battles where it's a war of attrition rather than a massive all-in-one explosive battle that finishes in 10 minutes. This is a longer one that requires a little bit more precision from the droids and from the clones in order to get that victory. You know, killing as many droids as possible in certain areas, while the droids basically have to eliminate those specific choke point areas without taking too many losses. And this battle is really won in the micro battles at these different hallway entrances. We do have some clones getting sniped out off in the distance over there. It looks like this area is finally going to be breached by the droids and destroyed. General Grievous coming through over that way, and lots of clones dead in his wake over there. This hallway, again, hopefully does pretty decently. We do have this full area over here at the bridge, which is actually doing pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of clones still alive over here firing away, and their little flank areas around these parts are continuing to hold, although this one's not really getting attacked that seriously, and this one over here hasn't started to get attacked really just yet, but I'm hoping these guys can put up a nice struggle over there. And yeah, the main area back this way, still a just huge powder keg right now, and lots of droid deaths, especially further back. Let's see the hangar bay area over this way a little bit more. Still tons of clones around here, and further back I think there's more opportunity for these clones to get some more kills, as there's just more cover from these LAATs and things like that. Now, these explosive barrels in red will actually explode. It does take quite a bit to kill them though, and cause them to explode, but you know, for example, these two soldiers right here, if those explode, they're definitely going to die right there, but I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen just yet. These droids kind of rounding the corner, coming over this way. Most of them are dead from these clones over here, but also a lot of these clones are currently just under cover fire right now. They're not able to pop up and get these kills that they need to be getting. There we go, now they're popping up. Yeah, just hold this little angle and you could get a very solid number of kills. Of course, these clones over here have died at this point, so this will be sort of struck around. These droids can move further, wider over this way, since there aren't as many clones over there, and then shoot them from the side. Lots of droids all ganging up in here. I mean, the main hangar bay area over this way is still loaded with battle droids that could add their weight to the body pile and really start to take over this battlefield as a whole. Further back this way, we do have some clones who have been sniped out, but for the most part, the battling over in this hangar area is tamer compared to over here where we have the bridge, which is just all-out anarchy right now, with laser fire from both sides going out. The middle still holding for the clones, left flank still holding. Right flank over here, we do have Grievous coming through, and that's going to be a disaster. We do have a couple droids moving in alongside Grievous here. We desperately need the clones to take out Grievous at some point. I don't know where Dooku is. Uh-oh! Yep, red barrel exploding. Rip. Oh my god, it's so bright. It's like a nuclear bomb. Let me know in the comments if you guys were watching this video in the dark and experienced a flashbang right there from the screen. Oh, there's Dooku right there. Okay, nice. Actually, a few of the droids on the other side are getting licked by the explosive flames from the barrel and burning out on the opposite end of the Venator. That's how powerful that explosion was. I mean, it's safe to say every clone over here is dead. Oh, but these two lived. Okay. However, that is actually more destructive to the droids, I think, than it was to the clones. They will be able to wrap around this corner now, but I'll take that sacrifice for sure. That was very beneficial to the clone trooper army. By the way, some droids will be getting stuck within these walls. It does happen from time to time. I will free them later on in the battle if they do all get stuck and stuff like that, but as long as the battle is still going, we're not going to be doing any of the anti-derp rules for now. We're just going to let it continue to play out so we get a nice fair battle going on here. until later. Either way, the main drag over this way is starting to suffer a little bit more now. These clones still dealing with Grievous. Luckily, not too many droids are coming to join Grievous over here. A few are attempting, but it's just not too many, so that's good for them. But the left side over here is completely okay. It's this middle ground now that is looking a little bit deadly. Since it is still pretty laggy on the battlefield, why don't we go ahead and time-lapse right here for a little bit, watching the skirmishing with the clones defending and the droids attacking in the distance. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, just a couple minutes passed right there, and the droids are pushing further in. They did defeat this hallway with Grievous's help, and now this hallway is susceptible to flanking from here, but they're not really getting attacked from the front too much, so I think they'll be mostly safe. And then the actual control room here is definitely in major danger. Let's check out just how many losses the clones have taken through this whole thing. So red are dead clones, yellow are dead droids. They're definitely out-killing the droids for sure, but will it be enough at the end of the day is the question. The droids making far less progress on this side of the battlefield, and that kind of makes sense because this side of the battlefield is a lot larger. It's a lot more nooks and crannies that they got to work their way through in order to clear all of the clone troopers on this side of things. So, you know, that does make some sense to me at the end of the day. And I'm hoping the clones can end up getting some serious kills over here. They're starting to pick some up, but I will say, not nearly as many as the other side. If we take a look here again, yellow are dead droids, red are dead clones. They did take a lot of losses over here in particular, but the further up they go, the less losses they're taking, and the more kills they're getting against the clone troopers. But still, we'll have some nice choke points like over here, I think. Also, if they can blow up some more of these red barrels against the droids, that would be definitely beneficial for the boys in green over here. That would be very, very solid. I'm not sure they're going to be able to manage that, but you know, we saw one massive explosion. It did take a lot of shots to blow it up, but I mean, hey, if they could blow this up, that'd be huge. That would take so many droids with them. That'd be insane. Who are you shooting at? Absolutely no one. Well, that's the droid army for you. All right, what's going on over here? We're into final stand mode over this way. This alleyway over here is still active. They are firing into Grievous over here. We do have granatas entering the bridge over here. That's not good. I'm glad I didn't put Yoda on this end of the battle. He would be dying very soon. He's on the other end, so he still has a very good chance at living, I think. And these clones are getting huge shots into Grievous, but just still not getting that kill. How much health does he have? Okay, he's at like half health. Thing is, he does heal as a hero unit, which is really frustrating. The clones need to grenade. If they grenade him a couple times, he's as good as dead, but laser fire, not gonna cut it right now. And these clones over here are helping. They are killing more droids over this way too, so at least there's that. There is benefits to these clones being alive back this way. We just need to be seeing Grievous going down here. Let's go ahead and time-lapse here for a bit. Things are going a little bit more quiet over here. Grievous might just be taking a break, trying to heal up a little bit more, as this alleyway here is getting kind of reignited into the battle. They don't have like too many soldiers left over here, but hey, they are still fighting pretty decently, which is good to see. Ah, grenade. Oh, it actually did over the top. Nice. That's gonna be big. Come on. Oh, come on, stay. Okay, at least they're gonna get some shots on Grievous without him deflecting, but they're not going to get that explosive fire on him, which does kind of suck. But hey, they're getting some nice booty shots on our boy over here. Get another grenade out there, boys. Come on. Let's finish this guy. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's do an Well, we got to check on this side, actually. Okay, so over here, actually, very little progress has been made. Dooku is entering the battlefield over here much more patiently, much more slowly, which actually is kind of akin to his fighting style versus Grievous's fighting style, so that does kind of make sense. His droids occupying the middle lane here and then just kind of firing off to the sides, trying to take out the clones on either flank. They're doing a pretty good job right now. There's not a ton of resistance being put up over here by the clone troopers. They certainly could be doing a lot better. There is an E-Web turret over this way, so maybe that can help them out with a little bit more fire, but I think right now it doesn't have the range to really fire out at those droids coming in, so that's a bit of a shame. They're getting some kills here and there. It's just nothing crazy right now. And with Dooku entering a little bit farther in, it's going to get rougher. I have hopes for over this way, though. I think maybe they'll be doing a little bit better over there. All right, let's go back to Grievous, because this is like kind of final stand area. Oh, nice. Another grenade going out. Again, not going to hit Grievous, it doesn't look like. Oh, big surge of droids coming in this way. And these clones off to this side are having a field day eliminating them in this choke point. Let's go. That's very big. Okay, one clone does die over here. I mean, that's a small price to pay for 7 droids or something like that. That's not bad at all. It is not bad. Lovely. Let's go ahead and overhead time-lapse here so we can see these guys on the left and these guys up top right simultaneously fighting. All right, boyos. Honestly, not too shabby. The battlefield over here has gone quiet. This trooper's got 7 kills. This trooper's got 1. This one's got none. This one's got none. 1, none, 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 5. Okay, so not huge kills over there. This guy's got 1. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 1. This guy's got 3. This guy who's running away has 4. He's about to die, though. That grenade couldn't kill that one droid right there. Sad. Is Grievous dead, or is he trapped inside of one of these hallways or something? Like, straight up, where's Grievous? Where's my boy? Where's he at? I genuinely do not know where Grievous is. This alleyway seems to be dying fairly soon. Am I blind? Where's Grievous at? Huh. Am I actually blind? Like, do you guys see Grievous on the battlefield right now? Or did he explode? Unless he truly ran away. I just do not see Grievous at this moment. That's pretty weird. Okay, I guess he's not a problem over here for now. Either way, the other side, the hangar bay area over here, still fighting for its life. Alright, so the droids are coming through here. Oh, run from the grenade! No! Terrible, terrible. Why? And these clones, yeah, the problem is the droids are just over there, too. What was that grenade? Don't grenade your own people, my guy! What the heck was that? That was terrible! Okay, I mean, I've had worse grenades, I guess, but, you know, that was pretty awful. That was just no good at all. Alright, these guys, they're trying their best, and I have to give it to them, but they're not nearly as solid as the other area. I mean, like, 2 droids are dead over here. There's, like, a few more over here. Yeah, they're just... The droids are doing better on this end than over here. And over here is almost dead, which is the sad part. Is that a clone grenade? If so, that is big. Yes! That was a clone grenade. Nice! That's huge. That is huge right there. Hopefully these clones can last for a while longer. I'm not totally sure if they will, though. Let's go ahead and bump it up a speed, as we are kind of getting into the later half of the battle where more and more droids and clones, respectively, are dead. So we can kind of get a better idea of, like, who's gonna win, what's going on, what's happening. Now that that alleyway across the way there, though, is dead, these clones are just getting absolutely destroyed, so they're not able to you know, really hold out against these droids anymore. It's a dang shame, but it was bound to happen at some point, I guess. It's just not ideal. It is looking rough. And we got some grenades coming in from the droids. The clones previously were the ones getting some very solid granatas in. And now we have less of the solid granatas from the clone troopers, which makes it a little bit more cringe. Here we go, granata time. Granata time! Okay, that, not the greatest granata, but that's okay. Yeah, we got like 4 clones remaining over here. They are getting kind of butchered. They did get a couple kills with that. Now it's just these 2 clones over this way. Let's go full steam ahead, because it is not laggy over here really at all anymore, which is a good thing, I guess. No, don't duck! Why are you ducking? Ugh! Y'all could have stopped that. Now they're getting in here, so this guy's dead. Grenades coming in. Alright, the bridge is going to be gone. There she goes. Oh, there's Grievous. He's stuck in here. Alright, since the bridge is now dead, we will open this up, so any droids that want to come through there, that are stuck in the walls there, can. We'll also do the same over here, over here, over here, over here. And this big reorganization will cause some new pathfinding to happen, so it'll take a minute for the droids to kind of figure out what's going on with these new paths, but basically it'll get the droids that are trapped inside the walls out of the walls now, since there's no more fighting on that side of the battlefield really anymore. Alright, so all these clones over here are in the fight for their lives. There is one of those finally blowing up again. Are the flames gonna get some kills over here this time? No. That was really just detrimental to the clones. Yikes, hate to see it. We're honestly almost back to the storage area over here for the clone defense now. Even these guys out here are getting knocked out, so the droids are doing pretty darn well. This is not good. Not good in the slightest. It's going to be up to Yoda and the boys. Droids actually are backing up now, so that's interesting. I do have a pathfinding doodad going on, though, so wait, let me see. The waypoint should be... Wait. Yeah, it goes from here, so the droids will go, their initial attack is supposed to go here, and then they go all the way to Yoda on the other side, is the next waypoint. And the game just crashed. Why? Kidding me? Oh boy, the game crashed. Love that. We're just going to go ahead and start this again and do a nice bird's eye view time-lapse, I think. Everything is the exact same. I think maybe a couple of crates respawning, because I did delete a few for the last battle for performance. However, we'll just go ahead and let it roll, because it doesn't matter the performance if we're just time-lapsing till we get to the same spot we were at before. So let's see. Okay, 13 minutes go by, and we're getting pretty similar results, I would say. Droid's kind of locked in over this way, but no Grievous over here right now. Is he on the corner over here? No. Where's the Grievous? Ha. There's Dooku right there. So Dooku is still leading the charge over here. Is Grievous with him? Alright, I'm not seeing Grievous at the moment. I'm sure... Oh, he's right there. Alright, he's just being a coward. Per usual. That's fine. That'll be good for these clones. Hopefully they can get some more kills without Grievous messing around with them. But more droids actually stacking up over this way, too. Interesting. So, it's very hard to tell if the clones are doing better or worse this time around than last time, but it is what it is. We crashed. There's no going back. Let's go ahead and just, like, watch the droids coming up the hangar bay area this way for Longark. Another 12 minutes, 30 seconds have gone by. It does look like the bridge over here got destroyed again. So let's go ahead and unlock the doorways around here that we did last time, because I'm sure there are still droids stuck betwixt these walls that need freeing. So we'll go ahead and do that for them. Beyond that, they're on their own. Hopefully we don't crash again, because we did crash right around here. I was wondering maybe it was one of like the barrels exploded and caused a crash. I mean, obviously that didn't happen before, but it could have. I don't know. We got Grievous over there. Dooku is charging over this way, so a little bit more action in this area. I honestly think the droids might be doing better this time around. Red are dead clones, yellow are dead droids. They might be, honestly. Still hard to tell, but I guess we shall find out as we continue. This main hangar area still around, still fighting the good fight. Let's continue to watch. Okay, droids finally punched through over this way. The clones still have units back here. And of course, guarding Yoda back here. That's it though. Then they're cooked. So they need to hold out probably against like 1,000 droids. It's a lot of droids. Yeah, it's not gonna go well, I don't think. I can't lie. We'll just time-lapse till they get here and then start regular recording. Oh my god, the droids are glitching and just walking in. What are they doing? Okay, more back here seem to actually be like coming in combat stance. There we go. Okay. That was a bunch of free kills. That's crazy, but good for the clones, I guess. We do have these clones out here who, you know, they weren't really expected to last that long. These clones a little bit farther up. I'm hoping these guys basically can shoot droids as they come around the corner here, while these guys kind of distract the main force with this big choke point they got going on here. Now, of course, General Grievous, Count Dooku, etc. are probably still going to be coming forward, so that's going to be a bit of a disaster for the clone troopers. But right now, the choke point here seems to be working out. We got a little shoulder-mounted minigun trooper there from Battlefront 2. Absolutely slam-doinking some droids, some drussy. And all the way back this way, these clones can also fire through the gap at the droids coming at them. Let's actually go back down to normal speed. We were in fast motion that whole time. And so these droids, they continue to line up to the slaughter. They are getting a few kills here or there, but we are really hoping that the choke point area here, with all these clones stacked up with each other, can manage to get some serious kills. The clones on the exterior here did end up dying a little bit sooner than we would have liked. Ooh, I see some shotgun clone laser rifle fire. It's the laser with like 5 splits to it going in there. Those are very devastating to droids. For real, for real. We also have Z6 rotary cannon dude over this way and some more, so we have a lot of potential here. Another clone bites the dust right there. This alleyway is still fighting. We got more kills to come. Let's watch this little choke point for a while. Alright, here we go. Droids continue pushing through. The clones back here, though, starting to get their licks in. Actually, I think there's a bunch of shotgun troopers here. That guy's DC-15A, but a few of these might be shotgunners. It has the exact same type of gun stock and things like that, so it's a little hard to tell the difference unless it's actually firing. That's a big grenade! Yikes. That guy might get back up. Oh, he did. And he did. Not bad. I think one of them... Oh, he's dead. Got decapitated in the freaking wall there. Alright, this little stand in this corridor is coming to an end, I think. They're getting a ton of kills in the process, but they're probably not going to be able to keep it up as these droids continue flooding in, and there will be so many droids coming in. Also, if Count Dooku and General Grievous back there really choose to come in further, it's a whole new level of cooked for these guys. No idea what their health status is looking like, but if they do choose to come in, it's bad. Now we are back to the medical bay area where Yoda is chilling in his chair while a bunch of clones surround to try and defend. Of course, the droids are going to probably kill these exterior troopers pretty quickly, but then it's these interior guys who might be able to do a little something for us. So let's go ahead and watch. Alright, Grievous has shown up here, and the clones are doing some grenading, so I'm hopeful he might actually die during this. Problem is, with him here, the droids are able to get a few licks in. Ooh, that was close to hitting him, but it didn't, I don't think. Yeah, the clones are losing a few troopers here and there, but they are managing to get a lot of shots in. Not good. Every clone matters at this point. Yes, keep grenading, but not at our own hallway. Numbnuts, come on. Like, what is that? Let's keep watching. It's gonna last a while. Oh man, the clones are holding tight. Grievous is dead here. He's just in a glitched animation, so let's just sauce him down like that to show he's dead. Dooku, I have no idea where Dooku is, to be honest. He could still be alive. They are killing a ton of droids. There's not a ton left over here, which is great. So the clones might actually pull this off at the end of the day. I mean, it's still very early to tell, but this could happen. Let's keep watching. Well, it seems as though the droids ended up surging forward, and with their final, like, 50 droids, getting the W. Crazy. Oh my goodness. What a battle. I honestly was expecting the clones to win that at the end. Not the case. Lots of dead droids on the battlefield. Lots of dead clones on the battlefield. An absolutely crazy battle overall. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Helps me out a ton, guys. Really appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.